I'm carrying a microphone, a phone, slide changer. I have my hands full, and I promise you before the end of the night, you will have, the cash count is raining already. Am I audible at the back? Thank you. So we'll start off with a very beautiful film. Question: why am I playing this video in the first place? Well, it is important to give context in such an august forum. For the longest time, land has been an intergenerational wealth creator. But if anything, this whole beautiful moment where we all waited, I think therein lies a message. In time, as we progress, there is wealth creation. That is the whole essence of land. You have to hold land, and today it's a story of land that we narrate to you. It's a story of great promise, returns, growth, and vision. So the last time really, land changed so much, the country really became independent. I saw this on a great man's LinkedIn profile, and I couldn't resist from picking it up. So this is a story of land, this is a story of growth, this is a story of how we will conduct ourselves for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Because as we anticipate, while the largest of vision and the largest of the product is mind-boggling, and there's only one player in India who can envisage such a scaled out large product. ये भी देखना जरूरी है कि समझना जरूरी है that we will move very fast thanks to your, thanks to our marketing efforts, thanks to a humongous sales team supporting at the back end. As we lie here today, Ye Ayatollah back in 1960s, he had come to Gurugram and he said, "This is a land full of monkeys." And he's a great man, he was a great man. But he couldn't envisage what could have happened with land itself. On the right, as we speak, this is how Cyber Hub looks today. A seminal transformative journey of growth, of vision, of execution, a lot of private public partnerships coming through and coming together in a very short period of time. And this is really what happened in Gurugram. We are all aware that the initial stages was augmented by the introduction of the third terminal, Indira Gandhi Airport coming into the picture, drove land prices north. Everybody realizes जहाँ पे airport आता है, वहाँ पे growth होता है, and that's a story we will recurringly talk about today, because that has meaning for our land parcel as well. Then again, the golf course road. कोई सोच भी नहीं सकता था कि वहाँ पे camellias would have sold at 50 crores for a single unit. And that's what happened with land. That is what happens when land meets promise, meets execution. With dogged purpose. Today, we are sitting at a point where anything, Sector 28 is hot right now in Gurugram. Anything that you want to touch in Gurugram, from a land perspective, is nothing less than 30,000 per square feet. And of course, you have emergence of new Gurugram, you have ancillary pockets, Altima, Skyports, new towns of the world. M3, MDL being very large players. But the journey of land over a period of time cannot be argued in this room. And we see similar examples across the country and across the world. But just so that we all understand the promise of land, which we see, we've spoken about Gurugram, Bengaluru, what happened with Devanali Business Park, the promise of 435 odd acres, Terminal 3 coming up, all northern precincts, starting from Hebbal, Chakkur, Devanali, BIA, IT, IR region, where developers such as Prestige sell out 10,000 units in a year. Purvankara, Prestige, assets. It's a story of phenomenal growth. Navi Mumbai, आप लोगों को पता है अटल सेतु अभी inaugurate हुआ. It is probably Asia's second longest sea over bridge at 23 kilometers. A lot of people are taking joyrides, but what it has done is that it has created pockets of opportunity on either side of land. And the moment you can move fast, the moment there is airports, it means there is domestic transit, there are business districts, there are local businesses, and there is habitation. So Navi Mumbai is again a very hot issue at this point of time in Bombay. And scalar-wise, if you just look at the statistics, Sector 20 in Gurugram, like I mentioned, is very hot. Right? It moved from 1,050 per square foot to almost 30,000 per square foot in what? 10 years time. HSR Bangalore, which is a southern precinct, 150% growth. And seawards Navi Mumbai, Atal Setu ke bante hi, L&T started launching 2 beds at 3.5 crores. And that's what happens when you have great infrastructure meeting great vision and land. So land is scarce, land is ever appreciating, and of course, since we are evangelizing land here, who better than the purveyors and the pioneers of tech-enabled sales? So understand the process where you source right and you close fast. That's the mantra. Digitally source kare, telecalling se source kare, you'll get your support. But what we do is really a sea change in having a sales office, getting the customer there, taking him through the entire process. It's quick in, lock, stay. So I would like to now talk about the house of Abhinandan Lodha with a few statistics. Only 2 years back, there were two great gentlemen who are amidst us today. One is a very dear Karthik sir. The second person is Samujwal sir, who is the CEO of House of Abhinandan Lodha. They have this vision where they experimented with land in the Konkan belt, as you can see, and a little bit of Goa. Started with 4 projects, sold out. That gave them courage. Success begets courage. Success, hard work, vision, a dogmatic sense of purpose, drive, good people, accomplishing great things with other good people. Took us to 7 locations in a year's time. Almost all sold out. आप में से काफी लोग इधर इंपीरियल और गल्फ ऑफ गोवा के लिए सोर्सिंग किए हैं, क्लोजिंग किए हैं. Both sold out projects. Imperial is going to get handed over in the next month or so. Beautiful development. पारना गोवा में अगर एक प्रोजेक्ट है छोटे स्केल में, moderate scale पे, but absolutely beautifully done with the clubhouse, with the open areas, the thoughtfulness, the swimming pool, the squash courts, the multi-purpose courts, all of that. It's absolutely beautiful. And we expanded to 7 projects. And this year, the idea is to go big, with control, with richness, with excellence. We will not scale at the cost of excellence, and that is something I have learned from my gurus here. We will scale fast, we will work hard, and we make sure that the processes, the quality control, the end product is a matter of pride, not just for us, but the consumers as well. So as you can see, there are zones of spiritual renaissance, be it Shimla, Vrindavan, Ayodhya. काफी जनों ने इधर सक्सेस देखा है अयोध्या में. There is land acquisition underway in Shirdi. Today is in the land bank in foothills of Matheran, जो यहाँ पे दिल्ली ने 500 यूनिट बेचे हैं 2 हफ्ते में. We have Khopoli, and of course we are today going to spend some time understanding Bicholim. So 15 projects, a great association, if I may, with a thoroughly professional company, a thoroughly aggressive, well-intended, high on execution, high on value systems, high on support. So we will redefine how land has been evangelized and how it has been sold and how we can change the game altogether. As I was mentioning, I would like to start with Sarayu Ayodhya, a very dear project to all of us. Incredible launch success. 3 महीने में 20% ग्रोथ हुआ है. तो आप सोच सकते हो कि जब एक लैंड पार्सल एक्विजिशन होता है, उसमें तुरंत लॉन्च होता है, उसका तुरंत मशीनरी और आर्मियाँ खड़ी हो जाती हैं, प्रोडक्ट बनने लगता है, और जब डिमांड exceeds supply, there is bound to be an appreciation. Of course, we have to give credit to the UP government also for the massive infra story that is getting created around our development. Isle of Bliss, again, the first development delivered ahead of time. That is something we would like to say very proudly. September 2022. And these are the projects which all of you, a lot of you would have known about and sold as well. I was talking about Imperial Goa, इसका प्रदर्शन आ रहा है इसी महीने मई को. Gulf of Goa, a 23-acre development. As you can see from the render, it's very rich, very thought through. Nobody told us to make cantilevered pools, or a big swimming pool, or 2 different clubhouses, or pods here. But the whole idea is to offer consumers richness of life. फ्लैट में तो रहते ही नहीं हैं, लैंड को लेके कितना सुंदर कर सकते हैं. How do you really create beauty and value over generations, right? Celebration land again in Matheran. Collier's report suggests that this is India's #1 investment hotspot. Truly so. This is also coming alive. इसका भी प्रदर्शन चालू होगा sometime later this year, probably after the monsoons. And of course, given the surround, if you're doing a great job, and if you're doing it with great speed and with great intent, the world is bound to take notice. And that's what we see when we see all our customer bases coming in from 12 plus countries, mostly first world, Indians across the globe. हर इंडियन को अपने जमीन से लगाव है. मेरे देश की धरती, सोना उगले उगले हीरे मोती इज नॉट अ सेंटिमेंट जो सिर्फ हम लोग को भाता है. जो बाहर बैठा है उसको और भी इसी बात से प्रेरित होता है कि कभी मैं घर वापस आऊँ, एक अपना जमीन हो. Maybe I use it to stay in my years ahead. But the whole love for India is represented across all countries, undisputed, right? 107 plus cities. और ये ऐसे नहीं होगा कि हम लोगों ने 107 सिटीज में जाके इवेंजलाइज किया है. जैसे जैसे काम करते गए, जैसे जैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स आते गए, लोगों का विश्वास बढ़ता गया. लोग आपस में बात करने लगे. Consumers talk to each other. They are very influential. And they say, listen, I have invested in this place. Why don't you? And word gets around when you're doing great work. And that is what has happened here. This is a statement we are extremely proud of. Amitabh Bachchan, from Devar to today, still continues to inspire us. And he not only became one of our brightest spokespeople, but he said, I'm going to invest, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And he invested with us in Ayodhya. He has now recently invested in Alibag as well. Could I have a round of applause? And of course, a lot of news around that. अमिताभ जी अगर लैंड लेते हैं, वो एक बड़ा स्टेटमेंट है. हम लोग को मौका मिल रहा है वो स्टेटमेंट आपके सामने पेश करने का. We are extremely proud about it, as much as we are proud to sell any land parcel to any consumer. But sir, महान आदमी है तो महानता को प्रकाश देना पड़ता है. And then of course, it's not just creating beautiful environments, but also choosing the right partners. And that's exactly what happened with the house of Abhinandan Lodha signing up with the Leela. And some very emphatic points here. The first Leela Palace of Uttar Pradesh, #1, exclusively at the Sarayu Ayodhya, 450 crore ka investment, and this will only go up in leaps and bounds over time. And the world's first and only Satvik 5-star hotel within a 5-star development. 5-star hotel usually itna मान के नहीं चलते. But when we said, okay, this is Ayodhya, we explained to them, not that it was unknown to them, and the sanctity of the land, the beauty of the land, they understood. So this is a great achievement, I would say. And of course, the Leela Service Club, which goes hand in glove with great products. So presenting before you, Goa for NCR, we were very mindful. We had a lot of debates internally कि गोवा कहाँ पे लॉन्च किया जाए. We had our debates, we thought about it, but then Karthik sir said, I want to launch Goa only in NC. Can we have a round of applause for that? ये होता है सोच. You are de-risking, you're risking yourself. You're saying, I can go to all countries that have participated. I can go to the entire, geography of India. But saying, I will offer a fantastic product only for the National Capital Region also means the conviction, the confidence, the belief that we had in this geography as well. So thank you very much for that show of strength and support. So yes, the greatest opportunity arrives. Goa, इसमें भी थोड़ा मंथन हुआ, but एक सुंदर सा चीज निकल के आया. Greatest opportunity arrives, GOA. And now for this next section, थोड़ा सा लेट हुआ है, लेकिन हम लोगों ने सीक्वेंस चेंज किया कि हमारे चैनल पार्टनर्स को कैसे उत्साहित किया जाए.
To the table as a brand. And it makes me really proud to tell you that as of last month, the total amount of Goa story. Thank you, Abhima.
Thank you, Shri. I am sure the team is excited here. Right? So the next section, we are going to talk about the Goa story. You can do your incentive calculation later. थोड़ा product भी समझ लेते हैं. बहुत exciting incentives बता के गए हैं, लेकिन गोवा समझना जरूरी है. But before this, I would request that we play a small video about what has happened in Goa. गोवा हम लोग समझते हैं कि सब लोग सुस्त सो रहे हैं, दोपहर को दुकानें बंद होती हैं, which is correct. But Goa has also understood that revenue cannot be gotten only from the coastal shoreline. आज कुछ 80,000 करोड़ GDP है गोवा का. Goa has also realized we need more money, we need growth. We have to change ourselves. And a lot of details when we were doing the research, हम लोग को पता नहीं था कि गोवा में इतनी सारी चीजें हो रही हैं. ये जानना जरूरी है क्योंकि आप जब क्लाइंट से बात करोगे, आपको ये बताना पड़ेगा. Typically, if you look at the best multi-baggers or great investment hotspots in India, Goa doesn't feature. क्योंकि लोगों को पता ही नहीं कि गोवा में लैंड है या गोवा में घटना क्या हो रही है. Let's have a small video. Let's understand what Goa is going through, and then we get into the theory of it. Very quickly, संक्षेप में बता देता हूँ. There are a lot of really interesting places in India, but Goa is the only one state in top 15 global travel destinations. 2 airport states. We know a little bit about Bicholim and MOPA. काफी सारे information घूम रही है market में, but let's understand what MOPA really means. और जो इसको जितना पहले देखेगा उसके लिए उतना ही फायदा है. जैसे जेवर एयरपोर्ट देखा जाए, हैदराबाद में जब ORR बन गया एयरपोर्ट के इर्द गिर्द में, जैसे पनवेल का ग्रोथ कैसे हुआ है नवी मुंबई इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट से, जितना जल्दी समझ पाए. गुड़गांव का भी ग्रोथ एयरपोर्ट से ही हुआ था. इंटरनेशनल मनी केम इन, इंटरनेशनल ट्रांजिट एंड कैपिटल केम इन थ्रू द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द एयरपोर्ट्स. सो द सूनर वी अंडरस्टैंड इट, द बेटर इट इज. One of the top 10 busiest airports in India. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि 2 स्लाइड में एयरपोर्ट के बारे में जिक्र किया गया है, and it is worth a thought. Close to 140% annual increase in foreign tourists between 2022 and 2023, and this is slated to go up even more, with operations in MOPA expanding further. 32 5-star hotels, the highest density of 5-star hotels in any Indian state. I believe it is third in terms of the number, to the highest number of 5-star is in Maharashtra and Kerala. But pound for pound, per square meter of land, or per acre of land, there is the most dense proliferation of 5-star hotels, which says a thing about the tourism that's going around. And Namo very recently unveiled projects to the extent of 5,500 crores, each of which is underway, including one which we have not mentioned, which is a very large 3D building. I was reading about it. So Goa is in a very experimental mode, and for good reason. So if I were to elaborate, mostly ये 5,500 crore पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है? Number one, I'll start with the last point there, Golden Quadrilateral. दिल्ली से गोवा अगर आप अभी जाते हो, it'll take about 32 hours depending on the brakes, the speed at which you are traveling, किस गाड़ी में जा रहे हो, कौन चला रहा है, etc. etc. This transit time can reduce to just 12 hours. How? Number one, once this road opens up, you can reach Bombay in 8 hours. From Bombay to the border of Goa, it will take you 4 hours. How? Through the expansion of NH66. Right? There is a Konkan Expressway which will cut through 17 districts in Maharashtra, which will allow Nagpur, Panvel, Pune side residents to come into Goa. This is a 6-lane, almost 390 kilometer long expressway. Sindhudurg से गोवा तक 3 घंटे का journey time कम हो जाता है. So technically 8 hours to Bombay and 4 hours to Goa. 12 घंटे में आप गाड़ी लेके जा सकते हो दिल्ली से. Atal Setu Bridge. This is basically for north and south connectivity within Goa. We've seen this bridge constructed above Zuari River. Very nice holding structure. But that was material enough because of the number of footfalls that are happening. Very interesting statistic. गोवा का पॉपुलेशन अगर देखा जाए केवल 15 लाख लोग हैं, लेकिन कोई आप में से गैस कर सकता है कितने टूरिस्ट आते हैं हर साल? 15 लाख का लोकल पॉपुलेशन है गोवा में. What is the number of tourists which come in? Some of them stay, some of them, most of them of course go back. What is the volume of people coming to Goa every year?
70-80 लाख. 80 lakhs.
Sorry?
70-80 लाख.
70-80 lakh.
थोड़ा सा ऊपर बताइए.
Crore maybe.
Sorry? किसी ने 2 करोड़ बताई. ऑक्शन हाउस जैसे लग रहा है, लेकिन मसले की बात करना पड़े. नहीं सर, 2 करोड़ से भी ऊपर है. बताइए. Somewhere between 3.5 to 3.7 crore people. Right? Leisure. गोवा में सब लोग ब्रिटोस जाते हैं. ब्रिटोस. Let's get out of this thing. But what has happened in Goa? You go to Panjim, you can get the finest Spanish cuisine, Black Sheep Bistro. There's a Michelin 3-star restaurant, which is houseful all the time. There's a Black Sheep Bistro. The Fisherman's Wharf, of course, it has its origins in the coastal belt. 32 5-star hotels, Dub Blue by Marriott International, the Westin, Radisson Blue, Taj Village Resort, Citadel, Taj Aguada, Goa Marriott Resort and Spa. And of course, the standard party zones, right? एक बंद होता है, दूसरा 3-4 खुल जाते हैं. And this is the most important part. The airports are supposed to bring in more people to Goa. You expend your money, party करो, खाना खाओ, regenerative tourism, नया चीज जो आ रहा है. You blow your money, go out, spend it, and these are the big anchors in pulling more people. So Bicholim Airport today, it has a capacity of 44 lakh passengers, but it is operating at 80 lakh people per annum volumes, overloaded. MOPA Airport, right now, जैसे जैसे खुलते जाएंगे terminals, it will bring in 3.3 crore people every year. That is the max capacity. So imagine the number of flights. Can somebody tell me how many flights go to Goa from Delhi alone every day? In a normal situation like, let's say, not peak season, not off season, somewhere in between. आज अगर मई में आप फ्लाइट्स हैं, कितने फ्लाइट्स हैं?
21
किसी ने लीक कर दिया, बट सही है आंसर.
रेगुलर बहुत जाते हैं.
And some good news, of course. You can see what is happening here. Twice as many foreign tourists, 71% of wealthy Indians seek luxury real estate in Goa. Sharp rise in demand for hotels. The obvious elements. This is an interesting grid which we will provide to you in an opportunity document. इसके बारे में थोड़ा बताएं, क्योंकि गोवा का इतना आता नहीं है. अभी मैं बताता क्यों आना चाहिए. So if you look at the top hotspots, we've chosen Greater Noida in the radii of the Jaywar Airport, Navi Mumbai / Ulve, Panvel, all the Belapur, all the friends. Gurugram, of course, Gift City in Ahmedabad, and Devanahalli in North Bangalore, finally Goa. Then we've created parameters against which you can evaluate. What are those parameters? Price appreciation potential, जिसका weightage है 20%. आप अगर इन्वेस्टर से बात करो, आज पैसे डालें 10 साल में कितना बढ़ेगा, दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर. कनेक्टिविटी विच आर द 15% वेटेज, अपकमिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ 15% वेटेज, टूरिज्म पोटेंशियल विच इज इनबाउंड ट्रैफिक एंड क्विक मनी गेटिंग ट्रांजैक्टेड, दैट इज द 10% वेटेज टू बी फेयर टू ऑल द ज्योग्राफीज, क्योंकि हम लोग को पता है कि गोवा इसमें डोमिनेंट होगा. अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ग्रेड ए लैंड, चाहत है लेकिन लैंड नहीं है तो कोई फायदा नहीं. Where are you getting land and why is it scarce and why demand will always exceed supply in Goa and why that is very important to consider. Employment opportunities, large branded projects, तो कितना competition है, कितना availability है, उस availability के अंदर कितने players हैं, and of course hospitality infrastructure. We have the service elements in place to service inbound tourism, etc. So when we grade it out, this was a slightly complicated grid, but when we grade it out, Goa leads in price appreciation potential. आज भी हमें लगता है गोवा का प्राइस कम है, लेकिन बढ़ने की तरफ जा रहा है. अगर आप लोगों ने असागांव में देखा है, if you've seen कोलपा, if you've seen कलांगुटे, wherever there is scarcity, the price can be explosively high. Connectivity, we are midway. NH66 is mostly from the Maharashtra corridor, right? But connectivity is also hot for Goa because of the inbound flights coming in. 3.3 crores in MOPA plus 0.8 crore in Bicholim. That's 4.1 crore. 4 crore लोग आ सकते हैं, as opposed to the current volume of 3.3 crores per annum. Upcoming infrastructure, yes, it's pretty high. Tourism potential, I don't need to say a word here. Availability of grade A land, इस पे भी एक स्लाइड में बाद में बताऊंगा. गोवा में लैंड मिलेगा नहीं आपको. लैंड मिलेगा तो टाइटल डीड वेरिफिकेशन, पोर्चुगीज लॉज, एक्चुअल ओनर कौन है, उधर लैंड लिया लेकिन बेच पाऊंगा कि नहीं, will that be usurped by somebody else, all of those questions persist. So availability of land is extremely low. And we've given this 10% weightage to be fair. Employment opportunities, mostly a tourism bound economy. 5-star hotel बढ़ेंगे, large developments बढ़ेंगे, तो service centers भी बढ़ते हैं. And of course there are not too many branded projects, right? Hospitality has to do with the 5-star hotels. So when we do this gradation, which are the hot ones? Greater Noida. आप लोग में से कितने लोगों ने ग्रेटर नोएडा में माल बेचा है? बस. Okay, so that's a 3.5 score. And then again you have Devanahalli up north, which is a 3.5 score. And then when you see Goa, it's a fair, neutral, weighted, average, aggregate score. Goa is pretty much up there. But आपको ये कोई बताएगा नहीं क्यों? Because nobody knows that you can have large land banks available. And that's where the whole joy of this presentation is. Moving on. Yeah, this bit is about the scarcity of land. So Goa में total land area is about 3,700 square kilometers, within which ओनली दिस मच 100-150 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर पे आप डेवलप कर सकते हो। उसमें 1%, ओनली 1% इज सनद लैंड। सनद मीन्स नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल कमर्शियली एक्सचेंजेबल लैंड, दैट इज 1%। उसके बाद आपको टाइटल डीड देखने पड़ेंगे, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गोवा के रेगुलेशंस है, पोर्चुगीज लॉज है, वो देखने पड़ेंगे। लोकल बेरियल चर्च रिकॉर्ड्स वेरीफाई विद 19+ लोकल अथॉरिटीज। तो अगर आपको रिटेल लेवल पे खरीदना भी है गोवा में, ये लंबा प्रोसेस आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा। एंड दैट टू यू गेट जस्ट 7.4 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर ऑफ एरिया विच यू कैन ट्रांजैक्ट अगेंस्ट। दैट इज द लिमिटेडनेस ऑफ गुड लैंड इन गोवा, दैट इज द लिमिटेडनेस ऑफ लैंड इन गोवा। एंड इफ यू सी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड अक्रॉस वेरियस माइक्रो मार्केट्स, तो हम लोगों ने सोचा कि क्यों नॉर्थ का है, क्यों बताएं, नॉर्थ का भी देखते हैं, साउथ का भी देखते हैं। नॉर्थ गोवा में कैंटोलिम, पहले तो आपको मिलेगा ही नहीं कैंटोलिम में। 2300 में जो लैंड आप ले सकते थे इन द ईयर 2008, दैट हैज मूव्ड टू क्लोज टू 12,000 पर स्क्वायर फुट। मैं गलत नहीं बता रहा, आप चेक कर सकते हो। इन सम केसेस इट बी इवन हायर, जहाँ पे लैंड है ही नहीं। अगर एकदम कोस्टल एरिया में है तो 16,000 17,000 में भी देखते हैं, राइट। सिमिलरली कोलवा इन साउथ, what you could have bought at, let's say 1700 per square foot in 2008, today the same price is at 7,100 per square foot, which means given the right opportunity, given the fact that Goa land prices are still muted to an extent, there is immense potential. ये बात आप लोग कस्टमर से बताइए, जिक्र कीजिए, it's important. To go down, let's do a little bit of fun. Let's understand what the product is about. मैंने काफ़ी सारे ग्राफ्स दिखा दिए, मुझे भी चक्कर आ रहा है, लेकिन आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा, right? Goa has a certain vibe, it has a certain beauty. गोवा को संपन्न रखना है, लेकिन उसमें भी कुछ बढ़िया बनाना है. That is a going in thought. So now within Goa, सिर्फ कांडोलिम, बागा, कोलवा, पालोलेम, कोला बीच, सिर्फ बीच के नाम याद आते हैं, लेकिन इसमें एक हिडन ज्वेल है जिसका नाम है बिचोलिम. Bicholim is, okay, before I get to where Bicholim is, let's understand, I told you about the airport driven growth. Jewar airport से almost 7x growth in 12 years. Navi Mumbai is on the rise. Navi Mumbai के कारण almost 5 गुना growth हो चुका है 15 साल में, but the airport was slow in coming, but now the construction has started. अतल सेतु आ गया है 23 किलोमीटर का, so prices are now moving up. देवनहल्ली, again देवनहल्ली बिजनेस पार्क 430 एकड़ का, वो अभी बिट्स एंड पीसेस में बन रहा है. So there is this thing called BIA and ITIR corridor, where Boeing, Shell, all these big companies have started their warehouses and prices are moving up, slowly but surely. So anywhere that you see the airport comes in, there is a definitive growth. Hold that thought. Now, within these airport precincts, I can have vanilla land and I can have branded land. वनीला लैंड मतलब अगर गोवा की बात की जाए, वनीला लैंड मतलब अनब्रांडेड है, पड़ा हुआ है, चलो खोपचे में है, इट्स नॉट बैड, यू कैन वेरीफाई द डॉक्यूमेंट्स एटसेट्रा. बट इफ यू टेक द लैंड देयर, व्हाट आर द चांसेस ऑफ अप्रिसिएशन? लेट्स टेक अ लुक एट अदर एग्जांपल्स. सो ग्रेटर नोएडा, इफ यू हैड बॉट वनीला लैंड बैक इन 2012 वर्सेस इफ यू हैड बॉट अ ग्रेड ए डेवलपर लैंड, कौन बड़े महापुर, वो द बिग गाइज इन Greater Noida. Mahagun is big, Gaurs is big, right? If you have bought land there, बड़े डेवलपर से लैंड लेते, तो आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट का 200% का डिफरेंस होता है. That is the magic of good brands, and that is why people say let's send our kids to the best, educational institutions, क्योंकि फर्क पड़ता है. Similarly, Navi Mumbai would have seen an 85% delta, and Devanhalli would have seen a 50% delta. So, Goa is Bicholim, and we'll tell you why this is the greatest opportunity and why this will become with conviction, one of the best global destinations. मैं फ्रंटफुट में बात कर सकता हूँ. This is not going to be a great destination only for Goa, but for the world. Now let's understand a little bit about Bicholim. Bicholim है northeastern part में, which is 40 minutes drive, and it's a very scenic drive from the airport. MOPA Airport से आप निकल रहे हो. पहली बात तो गोवा ओवरऑल सुंदर है. आप जब एयरपोर्ट से निकल रहे हो, it's a beautiful lush green, दोनों साइड में पेड़ हैं, हल्का हल्का हवा चल रहा है, कुछ एरिया में थोड़ा जुआरी रिवर भी दिख जाता है, बहुत ही खूबसूरत है. You can see the airport right at the top, so that's about 40 to 45 minutes. You drive down. It's close to all the places that you can really contend with. गोवा के मेन पॉकेट जो है, आपको पैंजिम जाना है, you want to go to a Michelin restaurant, you want to go to a casino, you want to go to one of the best restaurants out there. 20 to 25 minutes depending on time of day, right at Panjim. Panjim से आपको मीरामार बीच जाना है, that is another 5 minutes. आपको याद है ना गोलमार्ग का शूटिंग हुआ था, all the big delta. I don't know how many of us have been to a casino. I have never been. I don't have money to lose. But if you go to a casino, it's just 25 minutes from Bicholim, right? Then Diwar Island. Diwar Island is a very interesting pocket in Goa. You have to take a ferry from Basilica of Bom Jesus. वहाँ से जाते हो, दीवार आइलैंड में चर्चेस हैं, खाना वाना खा के वापस आ सकते हैं. It's a landmark. Then all the beaches, Kandolim, Kalamute, Morjim, Arambol, all these beaches have between 45 to 55 minutes drive time, right? And these are the distances in transit time from the airports. 40 minutes from MOPA Airport and about 60 minutes, about an hour's drive from Bicholim Airport. And when we went there, Goa, अगर देखा जाए, North Goa is becoming spoiled. There's too many people. You can't really sit down in quiet solitude. You can't. If you want to party, you have to stand in a 1-hour queue. So we said, let's take these problems of Goa and turn them around. How can the problem become a strength, right? And then we also realized, in and around Bicholim, there's a lot of goodness. There's a real wealth of nature's bounty. Mayhem Lake में bungee jumping होता है. There's boating. There's a beautiful. It's a natural lake, almost 30 to 35 acres. It's huge. Made Wildlife Sanctuary, multiple schools and colleges. ये है आपका दीवार आइलैंड जिसकी मैं बात कर रहा था. This road is usually accessible by people who stay there. Otherwise, you have to take a ferry from Panjim, which is somewhere on this side. You take a ferry, अपनी crore type का गाड़ी भी चढ़ जाते हैं, वहाँ से आप सकते हैं. ठीक है. Then the Pandava caves, which has some historical relevance. Of course, the Pandavas are passing through and they stopped here for a night's journey, a night's halt. Kochim Fort, यहाँ पे काफी सारे movies shoot हुए हैं. Look at this. This is a temple, but the architecture is so colonial. It is almost like Portuguese architecture. This is about 10 minutes from there. And Basilica of Bom Jesus, which is a landmark in Goa. This is about 20 to 25 minutes drive from our site. So like I said, Goa is now looking beyond the coast. Goa is now looking at unearthing value from beyond the coast. Coast से कितना तुम revenue ला सकते हो? Today Goa is at 80,000 crore GDP. I think by next year they are trying to add 20,000 crores more, or 28,000 crores, 1.08 lakh crore of GDP, which they will use to further expand, which means you will have alternate tourism. You will have to open pockets from within Goa. Pepper plantations, there's a Paul John distillery, I don't know how many of you have heard of it, Paul John whiskey hai. There's a distillery tour. There is a caravan policy being created by the Goa government, which encourages people like us to take a caravan. आपको थोड़ा गोवा के अंदर जाना है, hire a caravan for 10 days. Don't buy one, rent one. Wife and family के साथ caravan में आप जा सकते हो. गाड़ी में सवारी. You don't have to stay in a hotel. So all of these things are being very meticulously planned by Goa, right? So really a great breathtaking location Bicholim is absolutely beautiful. भगवान ने खुद हाथों से बनाया, लगता है कितना बढ़िया जगह है, लेकिन आधे लोगों को पता है. Great infrastructure and a really dazzling vibe makes this a multi-bag. For this next section, may I request the console? This is the spirit of things that we are trying to create in Goa. इसी सुंदर बेल्ट में बहुत बढ़िया Ibiza बनाना है. And Ibiza is the party capital of the world. We've got architects and designers from Spain with bases in Portugal, etc., etc. Seminar work, path-breaking work. Let's take a look at the vibe of Goa, the vibe of this project. So we said, let's take the best vibes of Goa. Let's take all the energy of Goa. Goa जाते हैं किस लिए? Great food, great beverage, great parties, great tourism, great moments of reflection. Get the sand and beach and sun and bring them in one destination. For this next section, which is about the vibe, I would like to call upon a very dear colleague again, who has worked on multiple projects at the House of Lodha, starting from the Konkan belt and beyond. He's also launched Alibag. Mr. Kaustuv Manohar, please welcome him to the stage.
Good evening, Delhi. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for showing your love and trust for the House of Lodha. I know you guys love us as much as we love you. Can I have my team around here show some love to our family from Delhi? Thoda pyar. Secondly, I'd like to thank Shovik for giving me such a good introduction. Even I was surprised. इतना अच्छा introduction Shovik मुझे दे रहा है. पता क्यों दे रहा है? क्योंकि I'm not just an associate of the House of Lodha. I stand here as a customer of House of Lodha as well. मैंने गोवा में application डाल दी है. The House of Lodha is so good to its customers कि जब शोविक को पता लगा कि मैं स्टेज पे आ रहा हूँ, उसने अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन इतनी बोरिंग बनाई कि जब मैं स्टेज पे आऊँगा सब बढ़िया लगेगा लोगों को. करेक्ट?
Kaustuv तो मनोहर भी है. His surname is Manohar. I'm right here as me. Kaustuv is like a beautiful person. Forget.
Yeah, so just like my name is Manohar, I'm here to win hearts. HOAPL is here to win the hearts of Delhi with our proposition, the greatest opportunity arrives in Delhi NCR for Goa. Shovik, Goa एक love story है. Would you agree?
एकदम.
Do you know how my love for Goa started? आपको क्या पता होगा love के बारे में? छोड़ो, मैं बताता हूँ. My love story with Goa started when I saw दिल चाहता है. आप लोगों में से दिल चाहता है किस किसने देखी है? हाथ ऊपर रखिए ना. किस किसने देखी है? दिल चाहता है जब मैंने अपने दोस्तों के साथ देखी थी. I made a promise, like a lot of naive young people maybe at that time, कि एक दिन ऐसा आएगा कि मैं गोवा वापस आऊँगा अपने दोस्तों के साथ and I will make myself a part of this beautiful place. But that didn't happen for 20 years after. Life got in the way. But जब ये opportunity मैंने देखी, when I realized the House of Lodha is buying this great land parcel in Goa at a ticket price which makes Goa accessible to everybody in Delhi NCR. One of the first applications मैंने डाली. अब मैं गोवा का सिटीजन अपने आप को बुला सकता हूँ. मैंने खरीद लिया है, मेरे 4 दोस्त और खरीदने वाले. That is when my love for Goa started. So it's an emotion. Again, shall I tell you a funny thing about Goa, Shovik?
You got wasted.
Goa is the only place in India where boys become men and men become boys. आप हिंदी में समझाएंगे? Goa is living in the hearts of Delhi NCR. We are so sure about it. That is why we created a product which we knew that Delhi will fall in love with. जैसे शौविक ने स्टार्टिंग में बोला था कि हम ये लॉन्च सिर्फ दिल्ली एनसीआर में करने आए हैं, उसका रीजन एक तो ये है कि दिल्ली एनसीआर की जो हमारी फैमिली, आप लोग हमें बहुत प्यार करते हैं, हमारे साथ जुट के काम करते हैं, पहला रीजन ये। दूसरा रीजन ये, हमें पता है कि दिल्ली में ये प्रोडक्ट, ये लोकेशन, ये प्राइस पॉइंट विल क्रिएट फायर, सब बिकने वाला है, ये हमें पता है। तीसरा रीजन ये है कि हमने ये जो प्रोडक्ट बनाया है ये दिल्ली वालों के लिए बनाया है। So when we take you through the product, you realize what I mean. This product has been made for Delhi NCR. That is why you will find it extremely easy to sell this to your customers. And like I started, HOABL is great to its consumers. And I promise, जो आप अपने customers हमारे family में लाएंगे, will be great to them as well.
130 प्लस एकड़। तो मैं एक बार जब छोटा था, मैं प्रगति मैदान गया था। I used to study in Springdale School. The first, that's 122 acres, and that was the first time I got lost.
कहाँ पे खो गए?
प्रगति मैदान।
कितने बड़े थे?
मैं 3-4 साल का था।
आप खोए नहीं थे, आपको छोड़ दिया था वहाँ पे। आप आए गए प्रगति मैदान में। Sometimes you have to, lose yourself to kind of find yourself. That's what happens in Goa. 130 acres. ये contiguous का मतलब क्या है?
Contiguous मतलब one big land parcel, no breakages, no separations, एक घुला मिला one big land parcel। मुझे तो लगता है गोवा में इतना बड़ा land parcel किसी और का हो सकता है, especially in this northeastern belt, which is getting driven, prices are getting driven by MOPA Airport।
इतना बड़ा word contiguous, 130 acres contiguous land parcel। जब माइकल एंजेलो को अपना मास्टरपीस बनाना था, he needed a canvas that was a Sistine Chapel। Absolutely, शौविक agrees। जब हमें अपना मास्टरपीस बनाना था गोवा में, हमने बहुत सारी जमीनें देखी। We already have 2 very very successful projects in Goa, but we also realized to make a landmark, to make Goa synonymous with the house of Abhinandan Lodha, we needed to create something special. And to create that something special, we needed a special canvas. We needed a land parcel which was large enough to kind of bring our dreams into reality. 130 acres. शौविक, आप कभी लोधी गार्डन गए? लोधी गार्डन गए?
लोधी गार्डन में प्रगति मैदान के बाद गया ही नहीं मैं।
क्या?
खो गया था ना प्रगति मैदान, उसके बाद नहीं गया।
उसके बाद लोधी गार्डन नहीं गए? यार लोधी गार्डन देख लो, काफी बढ़िया है। Actually, I'm from Delhi, so I'll have to teach a lot of stuff about Delhi to Shobik. लोधी गार्डन बहुत बढ़िया है, बट हमारा डेवलपमेंट लोधी गार्डन से कई बड़ा है।
मैं बंगाली हूँ तो मैंने कंटिन्यूअस लिख दिया मैंने।
सीपी, शौविक सीपी गए हो?
सीपी तो इधर बैठे हैं।
सीपी यार, ये सीपी नहीं, हमारी फैमिली है। सीपी जाओ, बहुत बड़ा है, बट 130 एकर्स से काफी छोटा है। So, I mean, we're trying to give you context of the places where we grew up. Lodhi Gardens में मैं बचपन से जाता हूँ। Connaught Place was always वो वेंगर्स की पैटी खाना, ये सारा बचपन से किया है हमने, और ये हमें लगता था कि कितनी बड़ी जगह है। 130 acres to put into context is so much bigger than Connaught Place, Lodhi Gardens, even प्रगति मैदान जहाँ पे लोग खो जाते हैं। शौविक, अब 130 acres में तो कभी नहीं पाएगा।
I think that's what I want.
Get lost in Goa. What do we like about Goa? Goa जाके हम क्या करते हैं? हर बंदा अलग अलग चीजें करता है, but largely the vibes of Goa can large. अगर हम सब 4 चीजों में बताना चाहें, it's sun, sand, seas, beaches. There are no two ways about it. Goa is a chill place. कहाँ गए?
20 plus acre Central Park. So we believe that within 130 acres, एक heart होना चाहिए, जो धड़केगा. And the video that we showed you of Ibiza and Dubai, that is getting created in this area.
अच्छा ये मिस हो गया था. 20 एकर्स में तो लोगों के डेवलपमेंट्स होते हैं. जो डेवलपमेंट्स लोग बोलते हैं कि हमारा लग्जरी डेवलपमेंट है, ग्रेट है, ये वो तो 20 एकड़ को होते हैं. उतना तो बड़ा हमारा सेंट्रल ग्रीन है. A 2.5 acre man-made sea with a wave pool and a beach. This is one of a kind, very very international. ये इतना बढ़िया फीचर हम बना रहे हैं. Someone in India could not have thought about it. It's supremely international. We are getting a wave pool and a private beach inside our product. 2.5 acres of a beach inside our product. Branded land हम बेचते हैं. Branded developer भी हम हैं.
Absolutely.
तो हमारा क्लब हाउस भी ब्रांडेड ही होता है. A 5-star branded club house managed by a 5-star hospitality partner. Big deal. Electrifying night club. इसको क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? तड़कता भड़कता
नाइट क्लब. नाइट क्लब का हिंदी क्या होता है?
Electrifying night club, a jacuzzi, spa, sauna. For modest people, there is an indoor pool as well. Otherwise, हम लोग तो private beach में अपने जा सकते हैं. The largest club house in Goa, the largest development in Goa, 130 acres, is home to the largest club house in Goa. It will not get bigger than this.
Very interesting facet. This is brought to you by, this has been designed by Enzyme, which has its base in Spain. और स्पेन में आपको पता है पार्टीज काफ़ी ज़्यादा होती है. टोमाटीना जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा अगर देखा है. स्पेन का अर्थ ही होता है थोड़ा जिंदा दिलों के जीना.
So ये थोड़ा कम पता है. मुझे पता है कि एंजाइम कौन है और मेरा डेवलपमेंट कौन बना रहा है.
Right. So this is the work of Enzyme. If you can see, they dominate Southeast Asia, the Middle East. Right. They've done seminal work in Spain, Portugal, etc. We could get few highlights. They ये लोग का काम है. And the beauty of what they do is, they will not disturb Goa. Bicholim जैसा जगह है जहाँ पे लैंड बैंक है, उसको blend करके, how do you blend beauty with purpose and form and function, and the science and art blending into something absolutely mind-blowing. That is what Enzyme is all about.
An international developer, international design partner.
Absolutely.
Great showing. आपका दिल हिंदुस्तानी है, but interests international है, but दिल हिंदुस्तानी है.
ये आपके लिए बनाया था मैंने.
Branded gym. शोवेक, अगर गोवा में प्रॉपर्टी लेनी है तो जिम शुरू करना पड़ेगा ना यार. ऐसे नहीं जा सकते गोवा.
जिम जाना भी पड़ेगा तुमको.
जिम जाएंगे ना. तो ये जो हमारा ब्रांडेड जिम आ रहा है, they have chains across the country. I can join this gym's membership in Bombay, in Delhi, wherever I am, and of course this gym will be in my home in Goa as well.
Beautiful hospitality partner, hotel partner.
ये पार्ट आप ही लीजिए. This is the thunder of the development. This is the masterpiece inside the masterpiece. Showing all yours.
So this is a brand I'm not in a position to reveal. We're still on the dotted line, terms and conditions हो रही हैं. But this is the star of the development apart from the beach and the sea. तो आप सोच सकते हो कितना rich development होने वाला है. This will be about anywhere between 80 to 100 keys, 5-star hotel, which has a presence of 10,000 plus rooms across 115 hotels in India. So they are a legacy player. They're not fly-by-night operator. Extremely rich in aesthetics, very green conscious, carbon footprint conscious. So they will do everything with a certain mindfulness. When the President of the United States, POTUS, came to India, he chose singularly this hotel to stay in. So it says a thing or two about the aesthetics of the choices that we make. And of course a world-class restaurant by a celebrity chef, because while you'll have your Starbucks and while you'll have your Fisherman's Wharfs, etc., with all due respect, you will also need something which is absolutely top of the charts. I mentioned negative carbon footprint because we've done a lot of work in
इस
sustainable.
प्रोजेक्ट में हर चीज पॉजिटिव है except one thing. Everything is positive except the carbon footprint. And Shovik ने मुझे बहुत अच्छी से explain किया था कि why the House of Abhinandan Lodha is so interested in sustainable development, in creating sustainability as a way of life. This would be Goa's first carbon negative 130 acre plus development. Shovik थोड़ा और बताएंगे?
Absolutely. Just look at this, 15 plus acres of greens, 3,000 trees of 30 different species. We are adding more species to it, which are indigenous to Goa. गोवा में जो फसलते हैं, फलते हैं, उसी species को लेकर सुंदर सा एक ecosystem बनेगा. There will be 60,000 square feet spread across 12 intermittent pockets. हर एक पॉकेट का 5 से 6,000 स्क्वायर फीट का एरिया होगा, which is large enough in itself. 12 ऐसे पॉकेट्स होंगे, almost 60,000, an acre and a half, and 10 plus kilometer of avenue plantation. सोचिए.
At the House of Abhinandan Lodha, we believe we are born of land. हम जमीन से ही आए हैं, and we strongly believe in giving back more to land than what we take from it. This is one of our biggest move forwards to create sustainability in our developments.
And then beautiful work of art. This is the development. Now this is 130 acres. So we have to focus on every zone. You will get the development plan. Photos ले सकते हो, मैं भी आ जाऊँगा मेरे photos में, no problem. But anyway, let's think about it. The main entrance, the road itself, House of Abhinandan Lodha का सोच ऐसे है. The entrance road is a 5 acre land bank acquisition. वहाँ पे भी plots बना सकते थे, but सोच अलग है. 5 acres of an entrance road connecting with the state expressway. दोनों साइड में आप सोचिए दुबई जैसा, there will be palm tree plantations. So as you enter, you get that beautiful, gorgeous, luxurious feel. आते ही, you see that circle. You see the circle. There's a nice, beautiful entrance area, very large. There will be LED lights, etc. Very dazzling entrance. As you come in, you have the hotel. You have the hotel that we spoke about, and you see water bodies here. So you see a beautiful mishmash of greens and blues. This part that I'm pointing at, these are suites where the residents or the guests of the hotel can have a beautiful time out. Very private zone. You can take a room here, you can see the sea. It's almost like a Maldives or a Bali. आपके नीचे पानी रहेगा, आपके चारों ओर पानी रहेगा. You have a nice beautiful suite. Closer home there is this clubhouse, beautiful clubhouse, which is almost 40,000 square feet, 3-tiered club, right? With of course the bells and whistles, gym, spa and sauna, banquet halls, F&B zones, the works. And this is the highlight of our development, where you have a close to a 3-acre beach and a man-made sea. And there is so much detailing that is going on. It's not just sand and water. There is water, there are pods, there are food courts here, immersive zones here. यहाँ पे DJ का भी जगह है, an amphitheater and a private performance area for the evenings, and sunken bar pits. And thereafter you have the sports areas. So you have play areas, paintball zones, rock climbing for all ages, all brackets. There is something or the other which delights them. So this central core is the lifeblood. That's the engine of the development. उसके आजू बाजू में आपको दिख रहा है प्लॉट्स हैं. और जो मैंने बताया था 60,000 square feet, which is the green pockets. This is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the green pockets for relief. आप प्लॉट से निकलते हो, अपने विला से निकलते हो, थोड़ा सा मन किया, you can go to a Zen garden. थोड़ा सा मन किया, you can go to a nice bougainvillea area, which is a flowering zone. So there's thoughtfulness at every turn, at every corner. हर जगह में beauty है. This is our future development, which is also land owned by the House of Abhinandan Lodha. But today we will not reveal it. Today we will discuss this beautiful large expanse. Right.
So what a clean layout. This is the beauty of having a contiguous 130-acre land parcel. You can design it the way you want. Usually जब हम products बनाते हैं और जब बड़े land parcels होते हैं, हमेशा हमें ये debate होता है internally, should we bring the vibe of the entire development into one place? Do we pack one area with everything good, or do we spread it across for everybody? With Goa, our decision was simple. Goa की vibe तो जब सब लोग साथ में होते हैं तभी best enjoy होती है. That's why we put our entire masterpiece, the vibe of the entire development, the amenities, the beach, the clubhouse, the hotel, everything that Shoaib talked about, right in the middle spine of the development, so that this is where people will come together, and together they will make the vibe of Goa come alive.
I must thank all of you for patiently going through this, because जितना भी मुझे कहा जाता है channel partners wait only for the pricing, it is important that you understand the product, because ये आप हमें salute दे रहे हो. The work that has been going into this product, it's beautiful to see so many partners here still understanding the product. शिद्दत से समझना. Thank you very much. So like I said, the central core, that's the beach. You can see beautiful areas. This is the F&B zone. There are beachside cafeterias, pergolas, loungers. These are sunken pods. You can actually be away from the water. Around you is the water. You can have a nice mojito or a mocktail. Order some fine food. Relax. Zones for beach volleyball performances. The works. This entire belt is designed like that. You can see palm trees on the sides. You can see the beach here. You can see the pergolas. There are again more pods here. So there is a mishmash of blues, greens, sand. And these are the pods which I was talking about adjacent to the hotel. पानी में Maldives वाला feel आएगा अगर यहाँ पे रुकते हैं.
जब ये प्रोजेक्ट की ब्रीफ शोविक ने हमारे इंटरनेशनल आर्किटेक्ट्स को दी थी, वो ब्रीफ बहुत सिंपल थी और एक लाइन की थी, bring everything that is good in Goa inside our development, and that is what we've almost achieved here.
Thank you, Kaustubh. This is again the highlight. Apart from the hotel, we talked about a man-made beach. This is how it's going to look, but it's slightly more complicated. It's involved. You will have a wave pool, so you can see a person doing surfing. You'll have a wave pool for artificial waves, right? We were looking at how big Baga Beach is. Baga Beach is at a stretch about 1.2 kilometers. 1.2
kilometers. Yeah.
1.2 kilometers. Our man-made beach and the sea will be just a little smaller than that. Just a little smaller than that. So you can almost feel like you're in Baga Beach as you order in your cocktails and your great food, you plan your evening barbecue and everything. It's absolutely fabulous. So you have wave pools, a beach, sit-out zones flanked by palm trees, as you can see here. Outdoor dining areas, cocktail bars. मतलब मैं तो खो नहीं करूँ, मैं वापस आऊँगा ही नहीं. That's for sure. Right. Okay. Now that's the grand clubhouse.
शोविक, वहाँ टाइम लेना आपको पहले एप्लीकेशन डालनी पड़ेगी.
तुम ले लो. This is the clubhouse. Friends, just look at this. 3-tiered, beautiful. There's a double height entry arch. There's an entry gate here. Lot of steel, lot of light. अंदर से रोशनी आ रही है, बाहर से रोशनी आएगी. Again, there is a beautiful 2-story entrance. So there is a drop-off point here. There's a drop-off point here. You can see the expansiveness of that. There are F&B corners at the bottom. There is a banquet hall on the first floor. There's a gym. There's a cafeteria. The works. वहाँ से आपको ये view मिलने वाला है, which is a nice pool zone. So this has got nothing to do with the beach. This is a separate pool. Clubhouse के अंदर indoor pool है, और जिसको बाहर तैरना है in summers, there is an outdoor pool as well. And you can see this part, which is the man-made beach and the green and the watery zone.
शोविक, this clubhouse is so grand. अगर हम आप लोगों को बोलते हैं कि होटल की बात कर रहे हैं हमारे डेवलपमेंट के अंदर, वो ये है, आप लोग मान लेते हैं, this is almost like a 5-star hotel in itself. The grandest clubhouse Goa has ever seen. I know Delhi has seen some great clubhouses, but वो सारे clubhouses होते हैं 10, 20, 30 करोड़ वाले डेवलपमेंट्स में, जहाँ पे एक अपार्टमेंट 20-20 करोड़ का होता है, वैसे clubhouses उधर होते हैं. This is the grandest clubhouse in Goa, brought exclusively for Delhi NCR.
Lovely. Today, if you look at the club membership cost in Delhi, right? If you go to any Tony club or Club 5 or Golf Course Road, में आपको club entry चाहिए. It runs into lakhs, and I'm talking about the northern end of less than a crore. But the waiting time is 2 years, 3 years. So आपको connects चाहिए होते हैं. You get this sort of a club, and that is the thinking behind it. We'll give everyone a bit of the top edge of luxury, the top end of the vibe that really Goa emphasizes. Moving on, that's another view of the club. But you will have dining zones, open air cafes, reflective pools, multi-purpose courts, the works. You can see this. This is just a little bit about the vibe. But you can see the structure. It's a huge Goliath structure. और ये बना के ऑपरेट करना, that's a mammoth task, and hence we will entrust only the top hospitality partner to maintain this club. Moving on, a lot of food options. You can. This is, if you want to sit outside, you have an entrance to dining zone next to a water body, or you can sit inside. You can get the finest F&B at your disposal. Right? I'm a foodie, so is Costo. So I think this is the dream come true for a lot of Delhiites who will buy this product. Outside, well, this is not really representative of this zone, but we are creating a forest. Just so your consumers can, your customers can go and relax. Maybe get a hammock, a bottle of wine, do a picnic on the grass, and photo session. Weddings होती है तो आजकल सब लोग photo sessions कराते हैं. Everything for everybody. There's an event lawn, there's Japanese Zen gardens, picnic spots, open air wedding venues, river walk parks. So एक artificial नदी बनाएंगे, lazy river, which will flow through the whole development. उसके इर्द गिर्द में दोनों साइड में there will be trees. So you can imagine just going there, sitting with a book and relaxing and just letting nature do its work with you. Stargazing observatory, a bonfire pit, mini golf, children's play area. The list is very long. We have to compress it and put it here. You will get the final detail list, of course. So really, this is your personal paradise, and we have a short video here, which is about no, price comes much later. Guys, let me play the video here, please. Presenting the one and only One Goa.
Just as the name and the product, everything that is good in Goa is inside One Goa. That is why we call it One Goa. Also, this is one of its kind. Shovik, thank you so much.
Thank you,
This is
Vasu.
where I take your leave.
Thank you,
And
Vasu.
I hope you don't make our partners, our family, wait too long.
Not at all, not at all.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Right, so we have one showstopper here. I'll quickly bring out the second one. Now, for this project, we thought, shall we just do beautiful advertising or shall we put a face to it? And the brand team debated a lot. And we got a face to this brand as well. Of course, it's a she. It's a beautiful person, very professional. We just conducted a shoot with her. Very classy, very professional. She was in Bulbul, in Kala, and shortly you'll see her in many more films. Any guesses, yeah? Yes. She's been on the cover of Vogue. And on the 4th, I promise you, all of Delhi will see her in the Times of India on the cover jacket. Right, let's bring it in.
Welcome to your private Goa.
Right. Thank you. I've come to almost the end of my section. Thanks for being so patient. You'll see a lot. These are some of the shots from the photo shoot. You'll see a lot of this in newspapers. That's our promise. On hoardings, in multiplexes, the video will play out on the radio channels. Right. So a little bit about that very quickly. Massive air cover starting on the 4th. 5 तारीख तक आपका इंसेंटिव बताया श्रीनी ने. Let's get moving fast. Let's get moving thick. It is not about great detailed discussions. Product बताएं, ठीक से बताएं, MOPA Airport बताएं, establish Goa. Get your customers, whoever believes in the merit of getting land, this sort of grade A branded land with fabulous ecosystems, fabulous alliances, the rarity of it. It is time to move really fast. You should be on your phone, sending on your digital messages. Massive air cover starting on the 4th. We'll have print in the form of 2-page jacket ads. You will have hoardings across arterial roads. You'll see this in Gurgaon, you'll see this in D&D, you'll see the key pockets of Delhi arterial roads, lit formats, evening traffic, large formats. A fabulous, powerful digital campaign. नहीं वो misprint था. That is a misprint. Sir will kill you if I come with the wrong slides, guys. But yeah, video we have. And of course we'll have Kamya Daniels on Curly Tales. She's a very popular influencer. She's making a 12-minute video for us. We'll give you all the cuts. इसके 30 cuts निकालेंगे. So it's going to be very big. You have to move really fast. Move fast because this will not be an endless long journey. Now, about the valuation of this proposition, I've said enough. But I'd like to call on stage again my dear Srini. Big round of applause. This is where I take your leave. Thank you, Delhi. We love you. You've been absolutely fabulous. Let's rock it.
Thank you, Shobhit. So how do we put a value to such a proposition? There are 8 key pillars from what has been discussed till now. The game-changing new airport, the largest number of 5-star hotels in a city, the infrastructure development and the amount of money the government is pumping in, that's about 5,400 crores. It's one of the top 15 global destinations. We've discussed land is valuable and rare. The only 5-star branded development in G.O.A. Goa's first 5-star hotel inside a development that is ONE GOA, and with the biggest, largest and the one and only branded land developer, the house of Lodha. If we quickly compare the prices at different places in Goa, a similar size land in Kalangur will be about 1.35 crores. In Mapsa, it will be about 1.2 crores. In Bicholim, we've sold very recently. Most of you have participated in that. That's about 1.6 crores. I have not even compared A Goan, which is just about 30 minutes away from our development, which is almost 2 crores plus for a similar sized land. So, ideally, we should have priced this on 1.1 crore or 1.25 crores or at least 1.05 crores. But for all of you who have promised me that there will be a complete sellout of this opportunity, we had revealed a price of 99 lakhs for a 1500 square feet development. Mayur, can I have the price revealed, please? Now let's see what the final pricing is.
एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट. Let me come upstairs. Sorry to interrupt.
अब क्या हो गया सर?
कुछ नहीं सर, बहुत बढ़िया प्रोपोजिशन है, एक तालियां हो जाए जोरदार. एंड आप लोगों के लिए भी और एक तालियां. आप जुड़े हमारे साथ इतने देर से और श्रीनी सर ने इतने अच्छे से प्रोपोजिशन प्रेजेंट किया है. एंड सर, व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल प्राइसिंग. बट सर एक दरख्वास्त था, एक रिक्वेस्ट था, इफ यू अलाउ मी.
यस सर.
सर हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं और इतनी मेहनत की है इन्होंने अभी तक और मेहनत कर रहे हैं आगे इस लॉन्च में. क्या हम थोड़ा और इस प्रोपोजिशन को स्वीडन कर सकते हैं प्लीज? डिनर का भी वक्त हो गया है सर.
Sir, we've received a record number of applications at the 99 lakh pricing. Most of the partners know and they have already counted the number of deals that they have already done. Ab usme we have already given such a mouth-watering proposition. I don't think anything more is required in this.
Sir, I believe, I'm sure कुछ तो possible होगा. कुछ something.
Sir, I think that is beyond what I can control. ये सिर्फ एक ही इंसान कर सकते हैं. Our Chief Sales Officer, may I have Sanjeev Ralanji on the stage to help us in this situation. Ideally, सर आपने ऐसा मांगना नहीं चाहिए था. अगर मांगा है तो
सर लॉन्च में बेहतरीन परफॉर्म करना है हम सबको.
श्रीनी, इतना अच्छा प्रोडक्ट, इतना अच्छा कैंपेन ऐसे में और प्राइस रिडक्शन और स्वीटनर।
रलान जी, हमारा कमिटमेंट ये है दैट आप अजहर की बात मान लीजिए और इस प्रोपोजिशन को और स्वीटन कर दीजिए।
Please.
You will get unprecedented amount of sales in one single launch, and I think I can commit on behalf of my partners that they will ensure a full sellout of this. Guys, can I have your commitment of this?
थैंक यू श्रीनी, थैंक यू चैनल पार्टनर्स। बट फुल सेल आउट होगा, एक भी प्लॉट नहीं बचेगा। बट मुझे एक और कमिटमेंट चाहिए हमारे चैनल पार्टनर्स से।
जी राज,
मैं चाहता हूं कि हमारे चैनल पार्टनर्स हमारे साथ एक्सक्लूसिव काम कीजिए। फॉर दिस प्रोजेक्ट आप अपना ये क्वार्टर एक्सक्लूसिवली हाउस ऑफ अभिनंदन लोधा के लिए काम कीजिए। आई प्रॉमिस you will be you will be rewarded a lot and you will enjoy and the success along with us. Shini, can you get this commitment?
100% Ralanji, I am sure that if you sweeten this, everybody will work exclusively for this opportunity, and they have already committed that they will do a complete sellout of this project. So please sir, aapka approval.
With this commitment, Shini, go ahead with the final price.
So for 1537 square feet, not 1500, exactly 1537 square feet, the all-inclusive price which will ensure that you are able to reach out to each and every customer that you can connect with and deliver a complete sellout. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you.